Today we're going to go over what I've got in my pack right here. It's everything I used on a five-day backpacking trip in the Wind River Range. So let's get into this and see what all I carried. First thing I've got here is the backpack. It is a Swift X in Coyote Brown by 6 Moon Designs. Carried this with everything in here. Great pack. I've got it with the vest option on here. Real comfortable ride. Next, I've got this right here. This is some bear spray that we brought out. Had to have bear spray out there in the Wind River Range, so we had the bear spray. Let's get to what I've got here on the side pockets. I don't have the water bottles on there, but I just carried 2 Smart water bottles. Those are actually thrown away already. So right here on this side pocket was the Tenkara Rod Company Sierra rod. Used that a couple times, caught a fish on it. I think actually Monica caught more fish on this than I did. Let's see here. Next on the side is my tripod. This is the Aoka tripod. That thing, lightweight, works great with the camera I'm filming with right there, which is the Sony a6400. On this side, I've got my homemade rod holder, and that's got the Daiwa Spinmatic rod. Let's see here. Next, I only used it maybe once, but brought it in case of rain and everything, and didn't really need it for the sun too much because I was in the shade for a little bit of the trail. But this is my 6 Moon Designs. This is the Rainwalker SUL umbrella, lightest umbrella on the market. I think it weighs like just over 5 ounces. Really nice umbrella. Let me just pop it open for you quick so you can see. Really nice umbrella. Like I said, it's a Rainwalker SUL. Weighs just around 5 ounces. Put it down. Let's see here. Just on the back side real quick, I've got my Peak Design clip. I love that clip. It holds the Sony really well. Let's see, what else do I got in here? In the pockets, I've got my gloves, my sun gloves. I don't think I actually ever used them. I brought them out, but never used them. What do I got on this side? Nothing there. Anything left in the pockets? I've got my bug net. Actually, we got lucky. Didn't have any bugs on the trail, so never used that bug net. Let's see, other front pocket was usually like my snacks and everything. And right now, still got my snacks, just some Jolly Ranchers and some Werther's Original. And then my case for my sunglasses. Sunglasses I've been using lately are Native polarized glasses. Real comfortable sunglasses. They cut the glare off the water great. I can see the fish in the water. So that's it in the pockets. Let's come around back to this side. And right up here on top, I'll just unclip it. I've got my carabiner, which is in purple for my friend Donna. I've got my orange little keychain here, which is for my friend Alex. I've got another keychain here. It says ANF Hiker. That is for my buddy Eric. That is Angeles National Forest Hiker. I've got my Govee, which is my thermometer. Last but not least, this little medallion here from the Iowa for my dad. Let's see what's in this pocket here for y'all. I got my buff made by Hilltop Packs, so Huck Outdoors buff. Wore that every single day out there. Next in here were my batteries. Got my batteries out. I had batteries for not just a Sony, but I brought this as well, my GoPro 8, and I used it for trail videos. I used it for time lapses. Great little GoPro for that. Let's see here. Next, well, that was my poop kit. So I already got rid of the dirty toilet paper in there. Let's see here. Going down the list here, I've got a little bag here with some sunscreen, some Neutrogena Hydro Boost 50, SPF 50, and then some Sawyer Picadarian insect repellent. I like using that over DEET. Just makes me feel a little bit cleaner. I don't get that DEET taste or the DEET smell. And it works well on the bugs. Let's see here. Next in here is my little rock bag for throwing up a bear line. Got that from Hilltop Packs. Thank you, Ben. Wasn't expecting that when I got my bag. He actually made that with my logo on there. That's pretty cool. And here next is my water filtration kit. And I've got to patch this up. It is the Be Free, but my CNOC bag actually has a couple pinhole leaks in it. So I was watching a video earlier from Backcountry Exposure, my buddy Devin, showing how to fix this and patch it. So that's the next thing on the list to do today, besides unpacking, is to fix that. Going through here, I don't know why they're in here, but these are my pad attachments for my quilt. Don't know why they're in there, but they're there. I've still got my reel in here. This is my spinning reel. It is the Fluger President XT. Love this reel. And I had it paired up with some 2-pound Iserline XXX. And that is probably my favorite line out there, the Iserline XXX. Going down here, I've got one, and is it both of them? Yeah. So one of the clothes that I was wearing were pants, some zip-off pants, so I could zip these on the bottom half if the bugs were bad or for the sun. I usually did that every night, but they are still in here. I've washed all of my dirty clothes already. Those are the bottom half of some Columbia. I want to say they're like a Crystal Ridge convertible pants. Let's see here. Next is a empty MSR fuel, and this one actually had a leak in it. I refilled it at home. I probably refilled this at least 10 times now, so it's got a leak, so that one is done. I've got my fishing kit, which I've got a video on, so I'm not going to show you everything in this kit, but I'll put a link to the video of the fishing kit and all the tackle I carry. Let's see here. Next in here, a couple snacks I got left. Actually just Spam and chicken. I already ate the Quest cookies, so some Spam and some buffalo style chicken. That's shelf stable chicken. And that looks like that is it on what is on the outside of the Swift X. Before I get to the inside, there's one other thing I carried on the trip, which isn't in the bag. I've already washed it, but that is my Melly. And a Melizano microgrid hoodie in the forest green color. Had that. I used this as my primary layering system. I don't think I ever put on my down jacket at all. I did put on my base layer once, which is a merino wool base layer, but I'd never put on my jacket that's actually in here that I carried for the whole trip. Let's get into the inside of the pack and see what there is in here. I'm actually going to bring a chair over to set this on the chair so it'll be easier to dig through. Set it on the chair, and let's just get stuff out of here. Start putting on the table. Sleeping pad. This is the Big Agnes insulated Axle Air pad, 20 by 72. It's a smaller one. I've got that with my pillows actually in there as well. The Xped Pillow Air Pillow XL. I was actually very warm almost every night we were out there with this, with my quilt. I had my 0-degree quilt. But this pad, a lot of people say they aren't warm in it. It's a comfortable pad. I was actually very warm. There's 2 nights I woke up sweating. Let's see here. I got my sit pad. Brought my sit pad with me. Just a little Thermarest sit pad. Next in here, a little ditty bag with electronic stuff just for charging. I brought the 20 milliamp charger. Got a video on this. That'll be in the description. My headlamp, which was the Nightcore, was this NU25, along with just a bunch of cables and everything else. Just cables I needed for my Garmin InReach Mini. I've actually got that inside, so yes, I did bring my Garmin InReach Mini. Brought that in, it's on the charger now. I've got cables in here to charge that, the headlamp, and my phone. Next here, gotta get rid of some stuff in here because it's starting to stink a little. It is the Lighter One Bearcaster, the Little Sammy. I brought this along with just a smaller food bag, which is just like an REI bag. I didn't need one of my bigger food bags, but I didn't need my smaller one either, so I just brought this one here, which has a little Packet Gourmet koozie, my cup. Brought this as well, I'll show you that in a second, but hardly had any leftover food. Hiked this out, saw somebody's bandana out there, or a pea rag, hiked that out. Brought my flask, Sugarloaf flask, and that was with some of the Terramina, it's a rocks tequila, got that in there. Soap of choice was the Dr. Bronner's, the peppermint one, the hemp peppermint 18-in-1, use that. And this worked great at camp. There's a couple nights where we had a few mosquitoes, not much, but I brought my thermocell and hooked it up to the like one of these canisters here. Thing has like a 15-foot range, and you do not get mosquitoes in camp where you're at with this. This is great. I got it for my birthday a couple years ago. Thank you, Hector from Hector Outdoors. Check him out. He gave that to me. It's been great. Let's see here. Like I said, I've got the lighter one, little Sammy, and what's nice about the little Sammy is the top here, you can take it off and use it to fry up stuff. It is a frying pan, so use it as a frying pan. And I actually used this one night. Actually, Monica used it because she caught a trout that we ate for dinner, and we fried it up on this. So let's see here. Let me move a few things out of the way, make some room. Next in here is my shelter. I brought the Haven tarp and net shelter. It's comfortable. It's a big shelter for one person. 2 people fit in here comfortable, but you can't have 2 wide pads. Next in here, oh man, there it is, the trusty Cedar Ridge quilt. I brought the 0 degree. I've got a 0 degree and 40 degree quilt. Wasn't sure about the temperatures, and I didn't want to be too cold, so I didn't bring the 40. The 40 would have saved me about a pound. This one's 26 ounces. My 40 is a 16 ounce quilt, but decided to bring this one here, and I was way too warm. There's 2 nights I was sweating out there. So that is a Cedar Ridge LeConte quilt. Just a few more things in here to show you. I've got my clothes bags with a few leftover clothes in here. Most clothes are out. But here is the Smart Wool base layer I got, and just some underwear, some socks. I was using some Smart Wool socks. I've got my other beanie here, the Black Rock beanie, the down beanie, great beanie. And sorry about the noise out here. My neighbors are setting up for a birthday party, so they're banging around a little bit. And my light, I brought this light. I actually never use it. It's my Gold Zero Crush light. It's lighter than a Lucy light. My buddy David got this for me for Christmas. I love this thing, but just never used it in camp. Next through here, I did bring a bag liner, which is a 6 Moon Designs bag liner. It goes with the Swift X here. I've got a Columbia rain jacket, which I used for wind actually once. It's one of the PFG jackets. It's the Omni-Tech, so it's water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant. I've got these here, some rain pants, which I use as wind pants. Didn't use them on this trip, but they're made by Gravity Gear. This was actually given to me, this next item, by my buddy Matt over at Lead Me Outdoors. So thank you, Matt. I appreciate both of these. And this is the cook kit he gave me after my my Jetboil fell apart after, what, 8 years or so. The bottom rings came off. So Matt got me this little cook kit here, and it's an MSR kit. Everything nests inside with a Pocket Rocket 2. This was actually really nice. Boiled up water, great. I did have one little failure on it, and that is because I forgot the cup that nests on here was on. Put it on the stove. All of a sudden I started to smell something, see some flames coming up, and I burnt the cup. I'll show that to you in a second. I've got it in the bare canister. And then last but not least in here, the one thing I did not use, which, another jacket, it's my Ghost Whisper. Did not use this at all, which is surprising. Usually I'll use this over my Melly, but didn't need it. I was actually quite warm on this trip. And like I was going to show you, let me just pull it out of the bare canister here. I've got some food I got to throw away anyways, that's all trash. But let's see here. Oh, maybe I threw it away already. Oh, there it is. Let me grab it. Right here you can see the cup just melted away. So I've got to contact MSR for another cup. So that's going to be it. That's everything I took on my trip for the Wind River Range. It was a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you got any questions on the gear, any comments, leave them below. Give the video a like, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications of new videos I got out. Till the next one, thanks for having me. Right as I get done with the video, we got a rooster crowing, a neighbor banging, setting up stuff. I got sirens moving, gas station across the way has got motorcycles going. It's like a Hell's Angel rally or something. All sorts of stuff, but video's done.